shade? You need sunscreen? Yeah. All right, bye, Mom. I love you.
Hey, what time is it, Jen? Your shit don't work. All right. Huh? That's embarrassing walking out the stadium. All them fans looking at you and stuff. Okay. Huh? Your watch doesn't work. What time is it? Thank you. Thank you. Somebody watch work.
You guys could come out here.
To be honest, I never looked at the file. It's a picture of him.
It's a perfect Sunday afternoon for baseball as two Northwoods League teams from Wisconsin face off to end the month of June. The Wausau Woodchucks and Kenosha Kingfish faced each other to begin the 2025 season, and now they'll meet again to end the first half slate. Good afternoon, folks. Thanks so much for joining us on the Northwoods League Sports Network. My name's Matt Clark, and wait a sec, is that Bluey? Oh, come on, get in here, get in here. That's right, it's Hilarious Healers Day at the ballpark, so you'll see Bluey around all day. And the Woodchucks and Kingfish come into today looking to end the first half on a high note. These two teams have had some memorable moments in the first half. Let's go back and take you through those. Let's start with the Woodchucks. Back in early June, their rivals Madison came to town, and Wausau pulled off some magic late. In the 10th, this errant throw from the Mallards catcher allowed Wausau to score the winning run in an electric 6-5 walk-off win. And then just last week, right-handed pitcher Mason Morello pulled off a special feat in Mequon against Lakeshore. He became the first Woodchuck in 9 years to throw a 9-inning complete game shutout, blanking the Chinooks in an 11-0 victory. Kenosha's had some big walk-off wins of their own this year, and one of them came against Wausau at the beginning of the season. Look at Tristan Ellis coming in from second base on the passed ball in a huge ninth-inning rally that ended in a 3-2 win. Then they pulled off another late win against Royal Oak. This time it was James McCoy sending one into the left center gap for another walk-off win for the Fish, 5-4. Let's look at the Great Lakes standings as we wrap up the first half of play. Green Bay clinched the Great Lakes West first half title yesterday with its win at Wausau and Madison's loss at Lakeshore. That means the Woodchucks and Kingfish are both eliminated from first half contention in their respective divisions. But both teams will have a chance to make the playoffs if they win the second half, which begins on Tuesday. Here's who you should be watching for on the field today. And for Wausau, it's Max Solis Jr. again. He picked up his third three-hit game of the past week in yesterday's tight defeat against Green Bay, and he left the yard for his fifth home run of the season against the Rockers. Kenosha's steady offense will depend on infielder Kyle Shupman. The redshirt sophomore from Illinois has been strong since joining the Kingfish a couple weeks ago, registering 6 total hits, 5 of those for doubles. Let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup today, and for Wausau, Carter White makes his final start of the first half. This guy has been on fire as of late, only allowing 1 run in his last 13 innings of work. He carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning last Monday in the 8-3 win against Lakeshore. The Kingfish will send Tanner Johnson to the mound for his 5th start of 2025. The Kenosha native is playing in his 3rd season of Northwoods League baseball and holds a 5.99 career ERA in the summer. He'll be making his 2nd career start against Wausau and his 1st against the Chucks since 2023. So let's see what these two teams have in store for us on this Sunday afternoon. I know Bluey and I can't wait to see all the action. Wausau and Kenosha meet for the 3rd time this season, and that's coming up next on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
My host families, who I still stay in touch with to this day. Had a great time there. Enjoyed my time playing with the Mashers. Definitely different than I could have ever expected, but definitely enjoyed the time here.
Honestly, one of the best summers I've ever had. I got to stay with a great host family that I still see a couple times a year now, and honestly, it was the perfect introduction into professional baseball.
So here's what Kenosha looks like after they lost 7-3 yesterday at home to the Battle Creek Battle Jacks as they get their lineup set today under second-year manager Aiden Wershing. Kyle Shupman is the DH today after playing at third base yesterday. Aiden Camberg is dropped down, is in right field today, rather. He was the catcher yesterday. Then McCoy moves up from fourth to third. Then Bakes, Abel, Dahlberg. He's a great hitter at the catcher spot at 6. Dutton, Vocal, Olivo finish out the Kingfish order. The Woodchucks will look like this in the field today. Noah Malone is in right field. It will be Knowlton in center, replacing Christian Smith-Johnson, who gets a day off. Rodriguez in left. The infield shaken up a bit after the loss to Green Bay. Guerra moves to shortstop. Keegan Jershely is back in at second base after a long time away from the bat from that position. Jake Weatherspoon will catch today for Carter White, who, like we said in the open, is making his final start of the first half. White, 25 and a third innings pitched, 25 strikeouts. Boy, has he been good. We are underway from Athletic Park, 1:05 on the dot. A ball low to Kyle Shupman, our player to watch for Kenosha. Shupman's found himself in the leadoff role a lot, a redshirt sophomore out of Illinois. Opportunity today for Carter White to end his first half with a bang and keep up the great form that he's in. And that's a slider fouled off by Shupman, 1-2. Shupman just the 2 RBIs, but like we said in the open, 6 extra base hits. He was an all-star last year in the Northwoods League after he hit .368 in 30 games at Rockford. That pitch is taken low. White started this year in the bullpen, but then he had a huge performance on the opening night at home against Wisconsin Rapids. 5 clean innings out of the bullpen, and Corey Thompson moved him to a starter role as he gets a strikeout to start his start. And you could see him, that is something that he loves to do. He talks to himself. In between batters, in between pitches, he is coaching himself on how to approach the next pitch, the next hitter. So he's probably telling himself right now, I got a lefty coming up next. I'm a left-handed pitcher. How do I approach him? This is Camberg. And that's taken in the turf. These teams have opposite records. Wausau 19-14, Kenosha 14-19. Fish are 6 games out of first place in the Great Lakes East. Could never really string that streak together that was necessary to win that division. The 2 teams that did get that streak finished, or find that streak down the stretch, were Battle Creek and Traverse City. The Battle Jacks have a half-game lead over the Pit Spitters with just 2 games remaining in the first half. Good leave there for Camberg. Out of Santa Barbara City Community College, trying to find his swing back. He's 1 for his last 15. But on the hit that he got in that streak, it was a 2-run single. Carter White got into some trouble early in his last start against Fond du Lac. The first inning was tough. Or actually, that start was against Lakeshore. Walked a batter, hit a batter in the first. And he walks the second batter he faces here in Camberg. However, the thing with White is after that first inning against Lakeshore, he tore the Chinooks up, pretty much going 3 up, 3 down for every single inning, and holding a no-hitter into the 7th when eventually Kyle Miklas took him deep for a solo home run and ended the no-hit bid. It's the deepest anybody has gone with a no-hit bid for Wausau this season. James McCoy takes low and in. McCoy, of course, we talked about his walk-off hit against Royal Oak. That was last week as the Fish beat the Leprechauns in that game 5-4. And he loops one into right field. It'll drop for a base hit. So no chance at a no-hitter for Carter today as 2 are aboard for the Kingfish with 1 out. Give the Kentucky Wildcat in McCoy his 63rd hit in his career with the Kingfish. So this is a nice sight to see for the Fish. They're getting runners on base. They're trying to get their offense going. An area of growth for Kenosha going into the second half would be getting some more offense. Kenosha bottom 2 in batting average in the first half. But they are a team that's quick on the base pads. 98 stolen bases for Kenosha this season. That's top 5 in the league. Swing and a miss. White has responded by getting Bakes and having him ahead 0-2. Bakes out of Algonquin, Illinois, played for Rockford last season as well with the Rivets. And he pops one out of play, foul. Bakes has got 5 hits in his last 4 games. Really starting to turn the corner here, and in terms of someone that could be hot to lead Kenosha in this next week or so, Bakes could be that figure. And that's hit hard, but way foul over the bleachers on the third base line. Woodchucks and Kingfish facing off for the second time this season after they began 2025 against each other in Kenosha. They split a 2-game series there. 0-2. Low and in. Wausau won the first game of that 2-game set. It was opening day. First game of the Northwoods League season for any team. Woodchucks shut out Kenosha 3-0. Bakes takes, and that's just a tad high. The Kingfish then responded by winning game 2, scoring 3 runs in the 9th. Or actually 2 runs in the 9th, rather. Winning the game on a passed ball where a runner scored from second. Count runs full. You could see Carter White trying to direct his slider into the zone. He told me in his last start, the troubles he faced in the first inning was because that breaking ball wasn't there. Then he figured it out, and it was mean for the rest. Runners moving, ball 4. Kenosha's loaded the bases here. Walk, single, walk, and Trent Abel has a chance at some RBIs. Abel, one of the most experienced players on the Kenosha squad. Their most experienced player in Dayton Murphy actually gets the day off. He's played in 27 games this season. Abel out of San Diego, California. Worth mentioning that Carter White has only allowed 6, that's right, 6 earned runs in the first half, and only 1 run allowed in his last 13 innings of work. Put in play, a looper into center, and Jerschley's back there to make the catch. Runner thought about tagging from third. Jerschley fired it in there. That will hold Camberg at his base. Big round of applause for the Mosinee man. It has been a while since we've seen Keegan at second base, but he always takes care of business when he's in that position. Been waiting for his turn as the Woodchucks were making this charge for a first-half title. And now the pressure's sort of off on him after yesterday's game against Green Bay that unfortunately sealed Wausau's fate. Dahlberg, a line drive to left. Charging is Rodriguez. He makes the catch. Carter White gets out of a first-inning jam as the Kingfish strand the bases loaded.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
Here's what the Woodchucks are looking like as they search for win number 20 of the 2025 season. Noah Malone remains in the leadoff spot. He hit 3 home runs in a game earlier this season. Guerra, Schlotterback, Solis follow him. Dom Rodriguez hits 5th. Cale Beaver will hit 6th. Then Jake Weatherspoon is the 7th man. Keegan Jerschley makes his first start in the batting order since June 21st. And Zach Knowlton rounds it out in the 9th spot. No Christian Smith-Johnson today for the Woodchucks. Galvin and Birkland also get off days. So a little bit of a mix-up after the 2-game sweep against Green Bay. And to specify, Wausau was swept in that series by the Rockers. And it eliminated them from the first half, but still can win the second half. Every game matters in the Northwoods League. 3-0 to Noah Malone, who's hitting the cover off the ball at home this year. .480 batting average at Athletic Park. Had a double yesterday in the 8th. Automatic take there against Tanner Johnson, the right-hander out of Lewis. Grew up in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Also lived in Kenosha for some time, and he's fought back to make the count full. Started his career at Triton College, 2 seasons there, then moved to the GLVC team in Lewis, played for the Flyers in 2025. Payoff, grounded to 3rd. This is Olivo who's playing there today. Oh, the throw was wide, and Malone's going to be safe after it dropped out of the glove of the first baseman, Bakes. Well, that's not the play that the Kenosha field wanted to start their Sunday afternoon. Let's tell you who's in the field today for the Fish. J.J. Dutton will be in left. It'll be McCoy in center. Aiden Camberg will play in right. You saw Olivo make the throw there just a moment ago. Bakes is at the other corner. Abel Vocal, the middle infielders. Dolberg, the catcher. He's been good against Wausau this season already. Line drive deep into left. Back going Dutton to the fence. He's got it on the track. Tagging from first is Malone. He'll be safe. A loud fly out from Ethan Guerra on the first pitch he sees of the day.
The third baseman, number 7, Dylan Schlotterback.
So while Guerra just barely missed a home run, he does find a productive out, and now a chance for Schlotterback to do some damage. Dylan's 7-game hit streak came to an end yesterday, but he walked twice in that game, so he had some help in that area. Woodchucks only had 7 hits yesterday. They stranded just 4. Runner on second, 1 out, 1-0 count. Inside, 2-0. Well, you thought with all the changes today in the batting order, Dylan Schlotterback was going to get an off day, but Corey Thompson said, no, sir. This guy has the most games played of any player in the first half. And he's behind here 3-0. Tanner Johnson. Johnson making his second start against Wausau. First start here at Athletic Park. The last start came in 2 years ago. And ball 4. Dylan Schlotterbeck takes a 4-pitch walk. He has been a walk machine this year, Dylan. That is walk number 30. That leads all Woodchucks. Not the spot Johnson wanted to be in the first. Max Solis Jr. My goodness. Hit a home run over the center field wall yesterday. That was home run number 4 of the season. His 12th as a Woodchuck. In this last stretch, he is proving why any college in the nation would want him as a hitter. Swing and a miss. Got fooled on the breaking ball there. No balls, 2 strikes. And already it looks like a key for Johnson today is going to be getting ahead of hitters. 0-2. Almost caught the corner. Max is also crushing it at home. .458 batting average in 6 games at the Borough this year. He's hitting .531 in his last 8 games. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. And while the Woodchucks sat 3 of their returners today for off days, you can't take this guy out of the lineup right now with how good he's hitting. He wants to hit. Drilled into left center. Back goes Dutton to the wall. It's gone again! Hold on. The first base umpire, yes, he says a home run. Boom goes Solis. His 5th home run of the season. And Wausau leads it 3-0. Max Solis is mashing for Wausau. Another one that barely got over the wall. It looked like the home plate umpire was making a weird signal there for a minute, but this one he's rounded the bases on. Breaking ball down low. That is Solis' sweet spot. He crushes that thing. Rodriguez fouls one off, and just because the Woodchucks are out of contention for the first half does not mean Solis is going to stop at all. The hottest hitter in the Northwoods League right now. You got to remember that Max started out the year 0 for 30. He made some adjustments to the swing, and he's looked a completely different player since. You almost expect him to hit it out at this point. Rodriguez has already followed up Solis this year with the home run, back-to-back jacks against Lakeshore, but he gets hit by the pitch. And with 1 out, Rodriguez will make his way to first base. So a 3-run home run for Max Solis gives the Woodchucks the lead here. And Cale Beaver gets to bat. Dahlberg will walk his pitcher Johnson back to the mound. A GLVC battery here today. Dahlberg played his spring ball at Illinois Springfield, who finished 2nd in the GLVC. Johnson pitched at Lewis. They finished 1st in the regular season. Neither of them won the postseason tournament, though, in that conference. Actually went to Missouri SNT. That was a kind of a shocker. But the Flyers did make it to the Division II NCAA tournament. That home run that Johnson surrendered was his 4th of the year that he's given up, by the way. Beaver. That gets behind Dahlberg, and Rodriguez can move up to second base. So another runner gets into scoring position. Cale playing in his first edition of summer collegiate baseball. This is game number 11 for him in Wausau. Took 3 walks on Friday against Green Bay. And in those walks, he took really tough at-bats and found his way on base. Now you're seeing if you can combine his plate discipline with some power with the swing. In terms of guys who foul off pitches the most, Beaver's right atop the list. Guerra's also up there too. .33 at-bats this year at Grand Canyon, a .303 batting average. That's a better block by Dahlberg, 3-1. Ivan's got experience this year playing against Wausau, the Kingfish catcher. Caught a couple of them stealing in the second game of the 2-game set back in May. Beaver ropes one down the line and right. It will drop foul out of play. No chance there for Camberg. Was up near the patio out there, which is packed with fans today. I think they're all trying to figure out where that foul ball went. Absolutely beautiful day at the ballpark. No reason not to be here. Let's see if Beaver can draw his 10th walk of the season. Instead, he fouls another pitch off. Joined the team in mid-June. Helped Wausau during their road trip for sure. Remember, the Chucks had a 10-game road trip in the middle of this first half. Beaver hits one on a one-hop to Vocal at second. That'll move the runner in Rodriguez to third, but there's 2 outs. So a strong at-bat from Beaver, but it goes begging, and now you got a guy in Jake Weatherspoon, who has been successful in many spots for Wausau this season. Last caught at Madison on Wednesday. Woodchucks are 10-5 this season when Weatherspoon plays. Make that his 16th start of the 2025 campaign. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of Indiana-Atlantic, Florida, he'll play his next season of baseball at Virginia. Fouls it off. Hard foul off, too. Weatherspoon, in terms of his hitting, is great, but his fielding may be even better. He won the Division I JUCO Defensive Player of the Year across the nation. And he ropes this one the other way, foul. He was one of 2 Woodchucks to make the all-defensive team and get gold gloves in NJCAA Division I this year. The other was Dylan Schlotterback, who played third base this past year at Paris Junior College. 1-2. Up the right side gap, and it'll over the head of Vocal, base hit. Rodriguez will trot in to score. Weatherspoon has an RBI single. His 15th RBI of the season makes it 4-0 Chucks. Wausau scored more runs today than they did in the entirety of last game, and we're just in the first inning.
The second baseman, number 11, Keegan Jerschley.
Here's Keegan Jerschley making his 20th start of the first half. Swings at a slider, and it's 0-1. Johnson is flirting with the pinch limit here. He is close to breaking it. And Kenosha's bullpen is starting to get some arms working. And that would be odd for Johnson because he's gone 4 or more innings in every single start this year with the Fish. And so if you're Aiden Wershing and company for Kenosha, you expected him to go further today. 35 pitches. That's pitch number 35. This will be the only inning Johnson throws. And so Wausau already has the advantage in that department. The 2-1 is a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's 4-0 Woodchucks, just a runner at first base. And a swing and a miss by Jerschley. That is the first strikeout for Johnson. Woodchucks put up 4. A home run from Solis, an RBI single from Weatherspoon. They're up here on the Northwoods League Sports Network. The Northwoods League, or rather, I apologize, Summer Collegiate softball is back after an outstanding inaugural season. Northwoods League softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more by going on Instagram or X at NWL Softball. By following us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. 4-0 Woodchucks. Woodchucks scored on a 3-run home run by Max Solis Jr. in the first, and then an RBI single from Jake Weatherspoon got them an extra run to give Carter White a lead to work with. And we apologize for any technical difficulties that we may have faced in the bottom of the first. Hopefully we're back in underway now as there's a line drive into left center. Base hit for J.J. Dutton. He will trot around first, looking for a 2-bagger there. And it's a leadoff single for Kenosha. Well, Kenosha will be rueing the fact that they left the bases loaded in the top of the first. They had a real chance to take full advantage and get ahead in this game. Wausau made him pay in the bottom half. Fouled at the plate by Jacob Vogel, and looks like he grunted in a little bit of pain there. The Kingfish 2-3 in its last 10 games, 5-5, or rather 5-5 in its last 10, 2-3 in the last 5 games. And you can see out there, Matthew Woodward is preparing himself to have some action today. Freshman out of Evanston. Looks like he'll pitch next after Johnson hit the pitch limit in the bottom of the first. There's strike 2 to Vogel. Vogel, a two-way player. He's the probable starting pitcher for tomorrow's game. Runner goes, throw from Weatherspoon. It'll be a little bit late, and it bounces just over the head of Jerschley there. Dutton was thinking about moving to third, but that is stolen base number 99 all the same for Kenosha. The Kingfish one stolen base away from triple digits in 2025. Something they did well under Aiden Camberg last year as well. They stole 137 bags in 2024. They're going to break that this year, I would imagine. 2-2. Slider off the plate, full count. Carter White worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the first. Looks like he'll have to take care of some pressure here in the second. In on the hands and fouled into the Kenosha dugout. Back out, and Kale Beaver will go pick that up for the Chucks. Carter White's at his best when he's feeling comfortable, when he's pitching loose. Loves to deflect the pressure onto the hitter when he's pitching. Dutton stays, and that's a one-hopper charging Isguera. His throw is just in time. Barely beat out Vogel there. It was such a bang-bang play that Dutton recognized it and moved up to third base. So one out, and Kenosha's opening run 90 feet away. Got to credit Guerra's flexibility in the infield this season. He's played at second base. He's played at third. Today he's at shortstop. Not wavering. And a ball to Olivo. Infield playing at regular depth here. Looks like the Woodchucks are okay with surrendering a run if it comes to that. Ground ball, they could hold the runner, though. And a ball high, 2-0. Olivo in the ninth spot. He's also a two-way player for Kenosha. Out of Iowa. Swing and a miss. White went sinker there, 2-1. Played last year in the Prospect League with the Chillicothe Paints, 2.29 ERA there. He was an all-star that year in Chillicothe. White is now 8-0 as a starter in the summer. Great pickup for Corey Thompson. 5-0 when he's made an appearance for Wausau this year. Olivo pops one foul, full count. Kyle's made 5 appearances on the mound. This is game number 20 for him at the plate. Had a 4-game hit streak going last week. Scored 2 runs a couple days ago in an 0-for-1 against Battle Creek. Olivo swings and misses. White's got his second strikeout. He picked a good time to do it, and he can get out of this inning unscathed as well. So now back to the top of the order as he communicates with his infield, looking to get Shupman for the second time. That was the other strikeout that he got. Shupman transferred into Illinois out of Cincinnati. And he ropes one down the line. Fair ball, base hit. Kenosha's on the board. Shupman will take the turn. He's got his 6th extra base hit of the season. There's his signature celebration. It's 4-1. Tough luck. That's what Kyle Shupman does with most of the pitches that he gets. Loves to take them down the line in left field. Caught the nice end of the foul line and jogged his way to second base. So that's a pick-me-up for Kenosha. This game could have some offense to it. That time, White gets the corner, strike one to Camberg. And for the Kingfish to get some runs in today's game, that's going to be a huge pick-me-up for the rest of the first half. That's something important to think about. If Kenosha wants to win the second half, and they have all the pieces to make a run, the Bats have got to get going. And so the fact that Shupman's leading the way right now is a good sign. He stays. That's up the middle. Well-positioned is Guerra. He bobbled it for a sec, but his throw is on the money. Kenosha scores 1 on a double from Shupman. 4-1 Woodchucks on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
The Northwoods League has joined Sparkit in reimagining the future of gaming. The Northwoods League Lucky 7 combines the thrill of live baseball and softball with strategic handicapping, allowing fans to compete for $500 in daily prizes. The Sparkit platform enhances the fan experience with leaderboards and real-time updates. Compete with other fans and win cash prizes up to $250 every day. Fans 18 years of age and older can start today by clicking the gaming tab at northwoodsleague.com.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Stay connected with America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Support the Northwoods League Foundation with a purchase from our online store. Get the latest news and stats, or join over 1 million fans at the ballpark. Just select your favorite team, find the game you want to see, then hand-pick your tickets and print your tickets at home. For tickets 24 hours a day, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Summer Collegiate Softball is back. After an outstanding inaugural season, Northwoods League Softball returns to the field for its second season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. New pitcher for the Kenosha Kingfish. After Tanner Johnson hit the pitch limit, it is the sidearm thrower, Matthew Woodward. 6'5" freshman from Rock Valley Community College. Went to Loyola Academy High School. And he has got a lot less velocity on his stuff than the starter Johnson, so the Woodchucks are going to have to change their timing a little bit. Knowlton hitting for the first time today. 67-mile-an-hour slider for strike 2. Woodward faced 48 batters in the spring, an 8.31 ERA, and a 1-0 record. Wow. I love the style from Woodward. This is unlike anything that we've seen from any opposing pitcher at Athletic Park this season. 2-2. Almost framed by Dahlberg, but it's a ball. This is appearance number 7 for the righty this season, 15.12 ERA for Kenosha. Nice pitch, 81 on the fastball to ring up Knowlton. When you got a guy like that who's mixing up his speed, showed off speed that entire at-bat to Zach, and then froze him with one right down the middle of the plate. That's great pitching. Now he faces the top of the order. Noah Malone reached on an error and scored the opening run for Wausau. That time fastball outside, 1-0. Noah leads the Woodchucks in extra base hits with 12, and Solis, with his home run in the first, tied Malone for the lead in homers. Trying for a bunt. That's a beautiful one down the third base line, but it's going to go just foul. That is expert fielding by Kyle Olivo over there. Because many infielders are thinking, that's staying fair. I'm going to grab that barehanded over. But he took his chances, gambled, thought the ball would go foul, and he was right. And then that's a great play because Malone's probably beating it out anyways. You're probably eating that throw anyways. So take your chances with it potentially spewing foul. And for a two-way player to have that recognition in Olivo, give him a ton of credit. Slider off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. We haven't seen Malone put down a bunt this year, which made that all the more surprising. He cuts on that one and misses. 2-2. Looking for more strikeouts from Woodward. He got his 4th K of the season when he struck out Knowlton just moments ago. And now he's got his 5th. Ringing up Malone on the beautiful slider. The amount of left to right, or rather right to left motion on that breaking ball is brilliant. There we go. It's Hilarious Healers Day at the ballpark. You saw Bluey in our pregame show earlier today. Bingo's hanging out as well. And a strike to Ethan Guerra. The kids just love Bluey and Bingo. Be hanging out with those two all day. That did not hit Guerra there. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the second. I mean, I was seeing kids earlier today saying, Bluey, Bluey, I miss you. I want to see you. I think we need to give them some autograph pens. Start signing baseballs. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Guerra. Missed a home run barely. Hit one the other way in the first. Backed up Dutton out there, but he made an easy catch. Woodward looking to strike out the side. Guerra loops one down the line and left, and a great catch by Olivo off your screen. That will end the inning. Wausau goes down in order. Kenosha trails by 3 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus. Engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Northwoods League is giving you the opportunity to play NWL Lucky 7 and win daily cash prizes. It's available to U.S. residents 18 and older and invites fans to compete by making predictions on game outcomes, player performances, and other proposition picks across all Northwoods League baseball and softball games. Daily prizes include $250 for first place. There's a grounder to third by Camberg. One out in the third. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com about Lucky 7 by clicking on the gaming tag. So number 7 makes the first out of the top of the third. Well, we were expecting this game to not be super offensively potent, just given on what has gone on with these two teams in the first half. Their pitching staffs have really led the way. Both top 10. Wausau's 4th in ERA, Kenosha 8th. Kenosha and Wausau both more than 230 strikeouts each on the year. 248 hits for the Kingfish allowed this season from their pitching staff. That's top 5 in the Northwoods League as well. Grounded foul by McCoy, who had a single back in the first. Two balls, one strike. And McCoy leaves it high. James played at Kentucky. He's out of Port St. Joe, Florida. 45 starts this year for the Kentucky Wildcats. And that one lasered right near the Kenosha dugout. These guys are having fun. Love the Kingfish jerseys, by the way. Red, and they got fish on the front. Some of the best jerseys we've seen at Athletic Park this season. A little color rush combo with the Woodchucks wearing their navies. The payoff's off the plate, ball 4. So White surrendered 3 walks today, and if you can criticize anything in this game, it would likely be that. Normally firing a couple more strikes. He's been really close on that slider. Once he finds the zone with that pitch and maybe fixes a little mechanic here or there, he's going to be in good shape. Bakes is responsible for one of the walks taken by Kenosha today, and he launches one out to left center. Rodriguez back at the wall. It's Knowlton who makes the catch instead. Bakes gave that one a ride and missed a home run by about 10 feet. Knowlton, of course, out there today replacing Christian Smith-Johnson, who played really hard in the first half for Wausau, but he's still nursing a slight injury that he suffered earlier in the season. And the fight that he showed to try to help Wausau down the stretch here in the first half was really impressive. So he deserves to take today, take some rest, and hopefully be ready for the second half. Congratulations, by the way, to Smith-Johnson for tying the overall record for games consecutive with a hit. 23 in a row. Franchise record tied. Unfortunately, he went 0 for 3 yesterday against Green Bay. He was on deck when Jake Birkland flew out. Almost had one more chance to extend that hit streak. Dahlberg tips it foul. I'm not kidding when I tell you this guy was impressive with UIS this past year. hitting home runs left and right for the Prairie Stars. He's got a lot of power in that left-handed swing. Kenosha's just trying to tap into that this summer. White was walking off as if that was strike 3, but he has to return back to the mound. Full count here, 2 outs, top third. And a runner at first, that's McCoy. Runner will be moving, and it's a pitch outside. The throw to second, he's safe. That was only ball 3, rather, apologies. And that is Kenosha's 100th stolen base of the 2025 season. The Kingfish have hit triple digits and swiping bags. He would have been running on this pitch if he was at first, but we'll see what he does standing in scoring position now. And that one hits Ivan Dahlberg there. So Dahlberg will move up.
All right, he's back up. It's our beer batter.
And that'll be first and second with 2 outs. A little bit of changes here in the scorebook. Bakes was the one who took the walk. He's the one credited with the stolen base. Abel's the one who flew out to center. James McCoy grounded out to start the inning. So now, after the Dahlberg hit by pitch, J.J. Dutton hits. And he singled and scored back in the second. So Bakes is the one who got Kenosha to triple digits with that stolen base. Well done for him. Not running here, and that's lofted foul. 1-1. Kind of interested in this start from White. Love the fact that he's having to grind a little bit here against these hitters. Kenosha's made it tough on Carter today. And that's the thing. The Kingfish have great plate discipline. 225 walks coming into today's game for Kenosha. That was tied for third amongst all Northwoods League teams. That's how they've gotten on base this year. And a line drive, fair ball down the third base line. That's a base hit. 1 run scores. Dahlberg will be held at third, and Kenosha has come back to make it a 2-run game. J.J. Dutton is 2 for 2 today, and he picks up his first RBI of the game. It's now 4-2. That's another 2-out hit for the Fish. That is how they have found their offense today, and more 2-out magic. This game could be tied in an instant. I think Weatherspoon knows how important this next pitch is, and he'll talk things over with Carter White. This next hitter in Vocal they need to get. You want to keep yourself on the front foot, especially with the middle of your order coming up in the next inning, or the heart of your order. So runners in scoring position for Jacob Vocal. Spent the year at Davidson after playing at Cherokee Bluff High in Houston, Georgia. 3-time All-State pick there. A little funny here with the connections that pitcher and hitter have to Eastern Michigan. Carter White is committed to Eastern Michigan. That's where he'll pitch his junior season. 1-0's tap foul. And Jacob Vocal knows all about the EMU Eagles. His dad played baseball at Eastern Michigan. His mom was on the gymnastics team for the Eagles. Well, there's a possible chance that Vocal finds his way there in the future. And he rips one into left center, but right to Rodriguez. A line-out ends the inning. Kenosha strands 2 more, but they tag on another run here. 2-run ball game on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Class AI.
What did Camberg do to end the second.
Engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip Premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Are you a baseball or softball coach? One-way coach-to-catcher communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach-to-catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. The slow right-handed pitcher Matthew Woodward is back out here to begin the bottom of the third after retiring the Chucks in order in the second. Schlatterback walked and scored back in the first. And he pops one up. That will head its way into the seats, maybe just over them. I think it might have hit the top overhang here we have at Athletic Park. Schlatterback was 1 for 7 with an RBI, 2 walks in the first 2-game set against Kenosha back in May. One of the few players in this batting order that's already faced the Kingfish. The other ones would be Jake Weatherspoon, Keegan Jerschley, and Zach Knowlton. Everybody else has taken their first swings against Kenosha. Nice take. Schlatterback's ahead 3-1. Maybe he could catch something here against Woodward. Woodward's slider goes about 15 miles an hour slower than his fastball. There's his fastball there at 79, and it's a walk, a leadoff walk. On base, Dillon doing it again. 31 walks for Schlatterback this year. Coming into today's game, Dillon was already top 10 in the Northwoods League in walks. And he's putting himself in more position. Runners moving, throw from Dahlberg, way late. And so Schlatterback has a stolen base. That's the disadvantage of having a slow velocity guy like Woodward in there. If you catch him throwing the slider, it takes a while for that pitch to get to the plate, which means it's tough for the catcher to throw and try to catch a runner stealing. He's moving to third. Outside throw from Dahlberg. Safe again, Schlatterback. We haven't seen Dillon do that in a long time, moving from first to third on 2 stolen bases. Thought he'd given up the stolen base act. He's got 21 of those now on the season, most of those coming early in this half. So Lee's remaining patient, 2 balls, 1 strike, hasn't swung in this at-bat. He launched a 3-run home run back in the first. He has not hit multiple home runs in a game this year, though. Fouls that one off, 2-2.
Attention, please, if you have a Ford Great Escape ACU 5122,
So Max now has 5 home runs in his last 9 games. Not a lot of Northwoods League players can say that. Almost incredible. Swing and a miss. He was looking to do damage there, but Woodward picks up his 3rd strikeout of the day.
the left fielder, number 27, Tom Rodriguez.
It had been 8 days since Woodward had pitched, and I think during that little break, maybe change some mechanics a little bit to start finding swing and misses. Normally hitters light up at 68, 67 mile-an-hour pitches at this level, but Woodward throws it in a way that it makes it tough for hitters to hit. Rodriguez sends it foul. And he's down 0-2. Matthew Woodward has as many strikeouts in this appearance as he's had in the first 6 appearances with Kenosha this year. Rodriguez fouls it just trickling down the first base line. And Tyson Potts will give the home plate umpire today, Preston Guzman, some new baseballs. Potts started yesterday a great 5 1/3 innings. Was in line for the win. Green Bay came back to win it with some late runs. Rodriguez throws the bat at it, sends a grounder to third. Firing is Olivo. He's got the throw, but Schlotterback comes in to score. So Dom Rodriguez makes his contact count, and he picks up his 6th RBI with the Woodchucks this year. Nobody on, 2 outs for Beaver, and you know what? With the way that Woodward's pitched, he'll accept that. Only one time has Woodward gone more than 2 innings this year for the Kingfish. That was a 3-inning stint against Royal Oak. 3 walks, 1 strikeout in that appearance. Woodchucks scored the first 4. Kenosha scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Woodchucks have responded as Beaver fouls one down the third base line. Cale started his career at Des Moines Area Community College. 3rd year there was awesome. 389 hitter, 84 hits, 23 doubles. So he's a guy that can find extra base hits as well. That pitch hits him. Second hit by pitch of the day for the Kenosha pitching staff. And maybe an opportunity for the Woodchucks to build a 2-out rally here against Woodward. Weatherspoon already has an RBI single. We haven't really seen Beaver with any speed this season. I'd be interested to see in a low-stakes game if he tries to run on Woodward here. There he is at first on the top right of your screen. He will stay. And off the plate, the pitch to Weatherspoon. Jake hit .356 in 2 years at Indian River State College. 81 total games there. A star JUCO player. And Woodward fires it back to first. He throws his pickoff faster than he throws his slider. You don't normally see that from a pitcher. But as a righty, you have to be good at picking players off, or at least holding your runners. Weatherspoon fights one off. It's 1-1. Jake does have 3 extra base hits on the season. He puts the bat in play, or throws the bat at it, rather, and another foul off. Woodchucks have adjusted a little bit at the plate. You've seen a lot of foul-offs today against Kenosha pitching. Remember, just a couple days ago, they took 14 walks in a tight 1-run loss to Green Bay on Friday night. And so what does that mean for Wausau? They'll continue to trying to find their way on base. Remember, they lead the league in on-base percentage. Beaver takes his lead from first. And another foul off for Weatherspoon. In this inning, it's become less about the Woodchucks trying to time up Woodward and go deep on a pitch, but instead just staying alive in counts and doing what they do against any other pitcher, which is a good thing to have. Your approach shouldn't change, especially when you're hitting as well as Wausau has this year. Runner is moving. That's away from Dahlberg. And since Beaver was moving before the pitch was thrown, he'll get a stolen base, his first with Wausau. Third stolen base of the inning. Wausau's 1 stolen base away from 130 in 2025. Looking to become the 5th team ever to steal 200 bases in a season. Line drive, foul, and Braden Bullis, our third base camera operator, threw a hand at it. Couldn't quite make the play. Camera crew has done an incredible job during this first half. Can't wait to see everybody back for the second half. Things are only going to get better here at Athletic Park. Another 2-strike pitch, way outside. Beaver will move to third, no throw from Dahlberg. That is not a stolen base, but a wild pitch. And it puts Weatherspoon in a chance to get another RBI. Situations like this are where Weatherspoon has come through all first half. The payoff is fouled away. Weatherspoon's fouled off 4 pitches in this at-bat. Jake lost his on-base streak at Madison, but still picked up an RBI the last time he played. And a great walk. I mean, a great plate appearance by Jake Weatherspoon. Nine-pitch at-bat, rather plate appearance for Jake Weatherspoon, and now Jerschley can do a bit of damage. Keegan was 2 for 7 with an RBI double against Kenosha in the first 2 games against the Kingfish. He struck out swinging to end the first. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Keegan had to wait his turn, especially this week, but I tell you what, he approached each game, even if he wasn't starting, as if he was starting. I remember a couple days ago in batting practice, he was in the same group, I believe, as guys like Max Galvin. And he hit the ball as hard as I've seen him hit it this season. It's been a growth process for him in 2025. Woodchucks trying to tap into Jerschley's potential. Such a great guy on the bus, a nice guy to hang out with, well-respected amongst his teammates and across this community. And he tips it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Does have an home run at Athletic Park this year. Hit it back in May, 6 RBIs total. Slumped a little bit in June, but a real chance here to reset so he can be an asset to the Woodchucks in the second half. Runners moving from first. Jerschley pops one up. Foul territory. Bakes cannot make the catch, and Jerschley will stay alive. Bounced off the sidewall, maybe the side fence out there. That's why you saw Vogel come back out and make the grab. Of course, it was in foul territory, so it doesn't count. We saw Jerschley play a big part in the Green Bay games a couple days ago. Remember, he's a two-way player, and he dealt 3 scoreless innings to keep the Woodchucks in that game, and it was a massive boost to a bullpen that was reeling a bit at that time. Weatherspoon moving again, and that's outside. Stolen base number 130 for the Chucks in 2025. And Jake Weatherspoon's first as a Woodchuck. That got a cheer out of the dugout. He's not one to steal very often, but he just did there. The payoff. Fouled away. And Woodward is now getting in trouble with the pitch count as well. This is going to be number 35, and this will be his final pitch of the day. Kenosha is going to have to dig back into its bullpen in the 4th. Another foul off, and Jerschley will make him wait. That was kind of the expectation bringing in Woodward. He wasn't going to go very far, but he was going to eat up some of these innings. And he could still get out of Dodge here with allowing just 1 run in this frame if he can get Jerschley here. Another good plate appearance put together by a Woodchuck. The 3-2 is swung on and missed. Jerschley strikes out for the 2nd time today. That is a new season high in strikeouts for Matthew Woodward, who exits only allowing 1 on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what, if you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, 1, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. Like, I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Today's game is brought to you in part by The Grind, the official coffee of the Northwoods League. Look for The Grind in select ballpark team stores and online under the shop menu on team websites. A portion of the proceeds for each bag sold will go to benefit the Northwoods League Foundation. White versus Olivo to begin the 4th, and a foul off to make it 0-1. Great crowd here at Athletic Park today. Of course, we talked about it earlier. Hilarious Healers Day. Got to see Bluey and Bingo on the broadcast. Olivo takes up for ball one. One of the many awesome promotions that the Woodchucks do each and every season. Had Fish Fry Friday in the past, had Fireworks Friday a couple days ago. Today, it's also Marathon Youth Baseball Day at the ballpark. So, Marathon representing not just their baseball team, but their community. And it's also a day where the kids get to run the bases after the game, since it's a Sunday. Pop fly, middle infield. Keegan Jershely has the catch. This game feels comfortable for the Wausau Woodchucks. The Chucks were feeling a ton of pressure down the stretch in the first half. This week was just an emotional roller coaster for all the players. Big wins early in the week. Couple crushing defeats to Green Bay. Congratulations to the Rockers for winning the first half Great Lakes West title. And just to sum up the first half for the Woodchucks, sometimes in a tight race like the Great Lakes West was, it just comes down to who's hot at the end. And Green Bay was hotter than any other team in the league. Got some fans out there fanning themselves. A hotter day at Athletic Park. Still only 81 degrees. We've had hotter. That was last weekend for sure. The Woodchucks faced a lot of adversity in the first half. All things considered. A couple guys got banged up. A couple of the big important pieces got banged up. And you got to understand something. Last year, the Woodchucks won the first half, a record-breaking campaign. But you got to understand that they had guys like Max Solis, Max Galvin, Jake Birkland, Christian Smith-Johnson. All those guys were in to Wausau on day one. Woodchucks didn't get all of those guys except for Smith-Johnson till later in the first half. And so they just never built enough consistency to take top spot. And you also got to factor in, they had to endure a 10-game road trip. The longest road trip for any team in the Northwoods League this season. It's tough to win a half anyways when you're dealing with a road trip like that. Shupman takes a walk. Worked a full count there and reaches for the second time today. I tell you what, though, Wausau fought tooth and nail, and it kind of feels like the playoffs did last year for the Woodchucks. Remember, they lost a 3-game series to Madison. Corey Thompson said at the beginning of the year, hey, listen, a hit there, a pitch there, a situation there, and Wausau potentially goes to the Great Lakes Championship. I think you can sum the first half up the same. I mean, they were one pitch, one hit away from splitting that series with Green Bay. These games would have meant a ton had they found a split there. But the Woodchucks ran into the toughest team. I mean, Green Bay's won 7 straight and 12 of its last 14. It's hard to beat them at any point. Foul tip into the mitt. 2 balls, 1 strike. But if anything, the Woodchucks get an opportunity to reset and learn some things about its team here in these 2 games against Kenosha. And they still matter. Ooh, what a weird pickoff there. Beaver having to use Olivo as a hurdle, rather Shupman as a hurdle to catch that baseball, make sure it didn't go behind him. He's got a smile on that face. That's a good thing. Cale Beaver never smiles. He's having a good time out there. That's in the turf. 3-1 to Camberg, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out. So Green Bay won the first half. The Woodchucks will fight with Madison, Wisconsin Rapids, Lakeshore, and Fond du Lac to win the second half in the Great Lakes West. Double play ball. Jershly to Guerra. The throw way over the head of Beaver. And Camberg will be safe. It will go down as a fielder's choice. So no hurt there. Won't go down as an error for Guerra. And Corey Thompson makes his way to the pitching mound. He is going to call everybody off except for White and Weatherspoon. Thompson's guys just came up a little short of winning a second consecutive first half title. But remember, Corey's been to the playoffs all 3 seasons with Wausau. First 2 seasons in 2021 and 2022 made the playoffs last year. So even though the Chucks came up short in the first half, there is a lot of faith that Coach Thompson can lead them to winning the second half, but they're going to have to beat out their rivals in Madison. Hard to think, and I was talking to somebody earlier today about this, that one of Madison and Wausau is not going to play in the playoffs this year. Green Bay kind of spoiled their 2-team party atop the division. James McCoy, 1-for-2. Third summer collegiate baseball season for him. And he rips one into right center, base hit. Knowlton grabs it. Camber trying to move from first to third. He will. Kingfish using their speed again. McCoy's got his second hit. He's finding great contact right now. And Kenosha trying to add on here. They scored 1 run in the second, 1 run in the third, trying to keep the streak here in the fourth. Now Bakes, who's at Illinois State. And that one hits him. Or is it a foul ball? Umpires checking, and it will go down as a hit by pitch. Second hit by pitch of the day for White. That will load the bases. And give a chance for Abel, who's 0 for 2, to make something happen. Abel out of San Diego, California. But he's a big Texas Rangers fan, and his favorite player ever is Pete Rose. So he's kind of all over the place in terms of fandom. Takes the first pitch high. This is an RBI guy for the Kingfish. 22 runs driven in on the season. 3 extra base hits. And a swing here could change how this game is looked at. Outside 2-0. Zach Wyatt, the right-hander from Montevallo, is currently warming in the Wausau bullpen. If he comes in, it'll be his first appearance in a week's time. Right next to pitching coach Zach Haupt, who is on the right side of that screen. Fouled away by Abel. There's a saying in baseball, if a starter makes 20 starts, he's going to have his stuff for 5 of them. He's not going to have him stuff for 5 of them. And the other 10 are kind of toss-ups. Well, Carter White had his stuff last Monday. He doesn't have as much of his stuff today. So as a result, he's having to grind in a different way. Change his approach. Can't put Abel anywhere. 9 walks on the season for Trent, but he's also got a hitter's count here. Right side, caught by Beaver on a line drive. For the second time today, Carter White pitches out of a bases-loaded jam. The Chucks hold their 3-run lead on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what? If you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, one, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. Like, I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, Stadium Mustard. A lot of people up there near the Stadium Mustard sign. There is a group of 300 campers that are here after their camp, after a summer camp. It's called Camp Horseshoe, what I was told in the press box. So good to have them here. They've brought the energy on this Sunday afternoon. That is a one-hopper off the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon Newland is the new Kenosha pitcher. Pitched 2 days ago against Battle Creek. Just an inning of work. Walked 1, struck out 2. Started off a little bit sluggish, but the last 5 appearances have been pretty good as Knowlton grounds that foul. Newland stands at 6'7", so he's a long, lanky guy up there out of Bloomfield, Michigan. And he did have some work this year with the Wolverines. 8 appearances, pitched against their rivals, the Ohio State. Dahlberg blocks that pitch in the turf, 2-2. Knowlton uncharacteristically struck out looking the last time up. He has taken 20 walks this season. Played 2 years ago with the North Platte Plainsmen in the Rocky Mountain League. Launched out to left. Dutton back to the wall. It's off the wall. Zach Knowlton's going to pick up his 5th extra base hit of the season and his 2nd double in his last 3 games. He loves those 2-2 pitches. On 2 strikes, he finds a way to swing the bat pretty well, and on our video board back there, Bingo was doing the same thing. So a leadoff double for Wausau in the 4th. And for the 2nd time in the last 3 games, Knowlton barely misses a home run. Malone looking for his first hit of the afternoon. And Newland starts him outside, 1-0. Newland pitched earlier this year against Wausau back on opening day. An inning and a third there, walked 2, struck out 1, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. Fastball down the middle, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Malone 3-home run performance against Lakeshore woke everybody up. He's got 4 home runs this week. Knowlton moving to third. Malone sends it the other way, foul. That went a long way, too. Noah Malone's a guy that has great opposite field power as well. He sent one the other way for a home run into right center against Madison. And that is a tough place to hit it at Warner Park, too. Opposite field over the right center wall. But loves to pull and crank one towards the left side as Newland will step off. Was talking to Noah after that 3-home run performance, saying he might need to hit another home run for the Woodchucks. And he said, no, I can't think that. Once you start thinking about trying to hit home runs, you don't hit them. Breaking ball just a tad high. And Malone will get another chance at it here. He's got himself a powerful swing, and after he's been moved up to leadoff, he's found a new gear. And so now he's worked the count full. Malone, 23 hits. He's hitting .359 right now for the Woodchucks. Knowlton stays, and Malone rips it into center field for a base hit. That is base hit number 13 for Noah at home this year. The Chucks have him on the corners in the 4th. And that's where the Woodchucks have found a lot of success, when the bottom of the order sets up the top of the order for strong hitting. Corey Thompson likes to put guys in the bottom of the order that are going to get on base. Well, Zach Knowlton did that at the beginning of his inning with a double, and then it sets up Noah Malone to push runners around, and guys like Ethan Guerra, who's hitting the highest that he's hit in the order this season today. I like the Woodchucks' intention also to run on the Kingfish. Wausau stole a ton of bases in their 2-game set against Kenosha. Double steals all over the place. They actually scored one of their first runs of the season on a double steal in a position like this, 1st and 3rd. Runner from first took off for second, and then they brought the run from third in home to score. Malone stays at first, and that is high. 2 balls, no strikes to Guerra. Ethan struggled in his career against Kenosha. Chance to break that here. 1 for 17 all time against the Fish. Remember, he played last year against them with the Pit Spitters. Now Malone's moving. Throw from Dahlberg to second is not in time. Double steal as Knowlton comes in to score. Both will be counted as stolen bases there. Noah Malone picks up his 6th stolen base of the season. And Zach Knowlton has his 12th. You just felt like that was going to happen. Woodchucks have already had success stealing against Newland this summer, and they do it again. Big lead for Malone. He stays, and it's 3-1. I feel like I'm watching a repeat of what happened in the first 2 games between these 2 teams. And Christian Smith-Johnson is not even in the lineup today. Ground ball right side, collected by Bakes. He'll get to the first base bag himself, and Malone will move to third. So while Guerra is 0 for 3, he's shown production in his hits and helping move runners over. Dylan Schlotterbeck trying to extend Wausau's 4-run lead. Good to see the Woodchucks offense back. Had some trouble scoring in pivotal moments against Green Bay over the weekend. As Schlotterbeck, a line drive to right. Run and catch by Camberg. Malone will tag. I don't think Camberg knew he was going to. And Malone scores. Heads up base running. Makes it 7-2. Dylan Schlotterbeck has RBI number 29 on a sacrifice fly. Well, after a tough loss like yesterday, this is the way to respond. So Lees takes strike one. This is his first chance against Newland this year. A lot went right for this Woodchucks team this year. So I was interested to see, how does this team respond when things have not gone their way? Not exactly the finish to the first half they were looking for, but like we said in today's pregame show, they could finish the half on a high note. Newland slowly but surely finding his zone. Summa cum laude graduate from Bloomfield Hills High School, so a smart student-athlete at Michigan. Trying a breaking ball there. It's high, 2-2. He possesses the career strikeout record at his high school, 166 strikeouts at Bloomfield. However, only 7 strikeouts with Kenosha. Can he get his 8th here against Solis? Nope, it's a pop-up that's going to go foul and out of play. How about the Woodchucks making their hits count today? 7 runs on just 4 hits. One of them was a 3-run home run from this guy in the first. And the count is full. So Lees now has 4 3-hit games this season. How impressive has that been from him? The payoff. Swing and a miss. Solis ought to run to first, and then he slipped. And Dahlberg is going to wait and throw to first for the out. Bit of a weird way to end the 4th, but the Woodchucks tag on 2. It's 7-2 Wausau on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
It off in 8.
A dive and catch, my goodness!
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like because there's a ton of hours. And I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Beautiful skies here at Athletic Park. We've had great weather all weekend. That continues today. And the Woodchucks will bring a new arm to the mound in Zach Wyatt. Wyatt coming in, making his first appearance against Kenosha this season, and his 6th appearance overall. Strike 1 to the first hitter he faces, Ivan Dahlberg. Pitched 3 innings on last Sunday against Fond du Lac. Unfortunately, that was a 9-4 defeat for the Woodchucks. Give up 4 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Kind of stretched in that spot. But this is a guy that can go a ways. 90-mile-an-hour fastball makes it 1-2. Had starters innings at Montevallo this year, 36 2/3. For his college, just 16 1/3 here. For the first time this season, the Woodchucks go from Prospect League pitcher from last year to another Prospect League pitcher from last year. Dahlberg grounds 1 to short. Guerra is right there. And Zach Wyatt has his first out of his relief appearance. Wyatt was great with the Lafayette Aviators last year out of the Prospect League, 3.96 ERA. He started all 6 games in that appearance. This year, he's only started once. Thompson's rotated him to the bullpen. And I think the good thing about Wyatt is he has worked really well to adjust himself. Because again, that's something he did a little bit at Montevallo, but normally he was a starter. He's got his fastball working today, and that is where Zach Wyatt is at his best. Carter White finishes 4 innings pitched, 2 runs allowed. He gave up 5 hits, walked 2, struck out 2. J.J. Dutton is 2 for 2 today, trying to keep his perfect day alive. The pitch. Catches the corner for strike 3. That is strikeout number 11 for Zach Wyatt with Wausau. I tell you what, he's come out with a new fire. He is one of the funniest guys on the buses. He messes around with his teammates, has a lot of fun normally. But the moment he goes to the mound, it is all business. He's one of the most serious pitchers for Wausau. And he has a chance at retiring the Fish in order. Nobody on here for Jacob Vogel. I think Wyatt's adjusted here as well in one facet. He's working a lot quicker than he had been in previous appearances. Fly ball right center. Knowlton racing towards it. It's Malone who makes the catch in front of him. Inning over. Wyatt sits him down in order. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 7-2 Woodchucks on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate baseball and softball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. No one covers summer ball like the Northwoods League. This season, access more than 800 games live and on demand from your TV, desktop, or mobile device with the new Northwoods League Plus app. Watch your favorite team or follow top players from across the country. For more information, visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
More than 370 Northwoods League alumni have advanced to Major League Baseball, including World Series champion and Cy Young Award winners Max Scherzer and Chris Sale, 5-time Gold Glove winner Matt Chapman, 3-time All-Star and World Series champion Marcus Semien, and 2-time Major League Baseball Home Run Derby champion Pete Alonso. This is Northwoods League Baseball.
It is absolutely packed at Athletic Park today. Bunch of kids, bunch of fans here to watch the Woodchucks as they begin their 2-game set with Kenosha. This is exactly what you want to see on a Sunday afternoon. And see a lot of kids over there. They're going to get to run the bases after the game. That's a little Sunday tradition at Athletic Park. Rodriguez sends the first pitch foul down the first base line. 7-2 our score. We've hit the bottom of the 5th. It will be Rodriguez, Beaver, and Weatherspoon due up to face Newland, the third Kenosha pitcher of the day. Woodchucks looking strong on a Sunday, and it's so hard to play on a Sunday. Think about the Kenosha perspective on this, right? Last night they faced Battle Creek at home, then had to travel more than 3 hours to get over here to Wausau to play this afternoon in the earliest game of the Northwoods League slate, or at least tied for the earliest. Being the road team in a situation like that is not easy. Doesn't matter what game you're playing, what opponent you're playing. That one sails high, 2-2. Rodriguez, a quiet guy, but he's got a powerful swing. He's brought some good energy to the Woodchucks over the last week. This is a ground ball to short, able to throw to first. And after Newland had some trouble allowing back-to-back hits in the 4th, he's retired 4 straight. Now Beaver, who's grounded out, and he was hit by a pitch. Ball low and outside to Kale. Kale playing at GCU with the Antelopes, one of 2 GCU players currently at Wausau. Brody Sexton played there as well this year. And that's a long ways away from Arizona. He's another guy that's stayed consistent, always focused. Swing and a miss, strike 1. His last time he played during the weekend, he played well, 2 for 4 with the runs scored, and a 10-2 road win at Kalamazoo. He actually played last Sunday here against Fond du Lac, went 1 for 3 with a walk. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on here for the Chucks in the 5th. Foul tip by Beaver. And once again, Kale's putting together another good at-bat. Tough to strike this guy out. He's only struck out 6 times this season in the Northwoods League. But he strikes out there. Breaking ball from Newland. Retires Beaver. Brandon's starting to find his footing, which is nice. This is what Aiden Wershing was looking from when he was pitching back at the beginning of the season. Kenosha became the 8th and final team to play here at Athletic Park this season. Actually, they're the 7th. On Tuesday and Wednesday, Wausau will host the 8th in Kalamazoo. The Growlers come here for a 2-game set to begin the second half. They had a disappointing finish to the first half. Kalamazoo led the Great Lakes East for most of the month. And then Battle Creek and Traverse City got hot. KZoo eliminated with their loss last night. It was razor tight in the Great Lakes East for most of it. And finally, over this last week, we saw some separation between some teams. And I think that's what should give Kenosha a lot of encouragement heading into the second half is, boy, it's a wide open race. And the records are pretty tight. So it's anybody's game. Weatherspoon pops one up in on his hands. Bakes backing up, called off by Vocal, who's got it. 3 up, 3 down for the Woodchucks in the 5th. They're up 5 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
The Northwoods League is giving you the opportunity to play NWL Lucky 7 and win daily cash prizes. It's available to U.S. residents 18 and older, and it invites fans to compete by making predictions on game outcomes, player performances, and other proposition picks across all Northwoods League baseball and softball games. Daily prizes include $250 for first place. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com by clicking on the gaming tab. In play there, but it fouled off the foot of Olivo, and that was pretty hard foul ball. That was a pretty hard foul ball off of Olivo's foot. Woodchucks have built onto their lead. It was 4-2 heading to the bottom of the third. Chuck scored 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and now they lead by 5. This is going to go straight back to Wyatt. He collects and tosses to first. Zach has got 4 up, 4 down to begin his relief appearance. And you can hear him mimicking the words that are being played at Athletic Park. Bye, bye, bye. That's kind of his mentality when he's up on the mound. Every hitter's got to go bye, bye, bye. Let's see how he does against the top of the order and Shupman, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. Right back to him, up the middle, base hit. Only the second single of Shupman's season. So that finishes the perfect stretch for Wyatt, and Kyle is 2 for 3. No nonsense swing there from Shupman. Wanted to get a base hit, get on base. But the key here for Kenosha in the back half of this game is driving those runners in. Fly ball foul from Camberg. Kenosha is stranded 9 today. You don't want to strand any more. Wyatt working a little slower, and now he tries a pickoff move. Talked to Zach a couple days ago on the road trip to Madison. I asked him this question. Out of all the catchers that you could possibly have catch you in baseball history, another foul off, who would that be? His answer was Yadier Molina. I would argue that's a pretty good choice. And he's hoping to push himself to where he could throw 2 guys like Yadier Molina. All these guys have a dream of going into the major leagues, into the minor leagues, build themselves up. The Northwoods League is about the best place to do it in the nation as you're preparing during your college years. That's sent down the line, foul off the roof of the Aspirus Terrace. Maybe just shy of that roof, actually. Wyatt already has 1 strikeout, and he's got Camberg ahead here, 0-2. Another look back to first. Camberg played at Cal Berkeley before playing at Santa Barbara City College this past season. It's part of the 3C2A. And he takes one in the turf, and it hit him. It hit the foot of Camberg. You could see our umpire at home, Preston Guzman, giving the signal. And the Kingfish are trying to cook something up here in the 6th. Corey Thompson on his way out had a quick conversation with one of the field umpires. And now he's back inside the dugout. Now Wyatt's got to work with McCoy, who's 2 for 3. The top of this Kenosha order has been strong today and could very well get them back in this game. Strike 1 to James. Big Atlanta Braves fan right here. And he takes one low. He's been just about everywhere, McCoy. Played for the Strasburg Express at one point in his career. That was back in the Valley Baseball League. As he tips one foul. And then he went to the Cape last year. 7 doubles, 2 home runs, 22 walks in the Cape Cod League. But this is the first summer collegiate baseball league that he's returned to, which goes to show you the effect that it's had on his career. The 1-2 fouled away. Wyatt almost had him there with his slider. It was part of the all-region team in the NCAA tournament this year, McCoy. That was back in Clemson. So he played for that Kentucky team who did make the NCAA tournament. Came straight up here to Kenosha to try to help the Kingfish, and they need his bat. 2-2 off the plate. Bakes is on deck, and he has reached all 3 times on free passes. So if Kenosha wants to strike, now would be a good time to do it. Foul tip into the mitt. Strike 3. Big K for Wyatt. And you could see him after that strikeout, catching the ball with some ferocity. He is one hitter away from getting out of this and putting up another 0. Picking the right time to get his strikeouts. And when a pitcher does that, you know he's got his stuff. And a beautiful slider to begin Bakes, 0-1. This is what Wausau's going to need in the second half. They need relievers, especially in these middle innings, to put up zeros and hold leads. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It has not been the cleanest and most perfect summer for Wyatt. He is one of the many Woodchucks that has battled through adversity. Check swing. Little roller to short. Can Guerra throw the time? No, it drops off the mitt of Beaver, and a run comes around to score in Shupman. There's an injury at second base as Camberg came up really gingerly. Trainers are out there to assess him. Oh, that does not look good. I think it was a bang-bang play there right at the end. Camberg was the one runner on that play that did not have an impact. We'll see what that scored up here, by the way. A run does score anyways. And a bit of stoppage of play here as they check on Camberg. Boy, do you hope he's okay. You could see him yelping in pain out there after the play. He's played 21 games for the Kingfish. You could see his dugout concerned for him. These are the kind of plays in baseball that you just hate. And especially in a game like this, if there's any game you don't want to see an injury, it's in a game like this where there's not a ton riding on the game. We've been told we're calling that an error up here in the press box, by the way. That allows Bakes to move to first. And there will likely be a pinch runner here for Kenosha at second base. And maybe a change in right field. That is a massive piece of Kenosha's batting order, too. A guy who's hitting .304 on the season, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. He was having a strong day at the plate today. And he will be helped off by the trainers. Nice applause by the Athletic Park crowd. But not the sight you wanted to see.
It's a single and an E6 to score the run, no RBI.
And so the Kenosha fans, or the Kenosha players, looking over in some dismay as Camberg is helped off. So Bakes is on. And you could just see him off your screen getting helped off. We wish Camberg all the best, as we were having a little trouble figuring out exactly how we wanted to score that. And the pinch runner for Kenosha will be one of their catchers this season, Hogan Denny, freshman out of Indiana. He actually leads the team in batting average and likely will take his place in the field. Boy, do we hope that Camberg is okay. Wausau's had their fair share of injuries in today's game. So Abel, who's 0 for 3, ground ball to second. That'll end the inning. Jerschley steps on the bag. Wyatt surrenders 1 run. Wausau still leads by 4 here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Don't miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
The Northwoods League Foundation is enriching the quality of life for families with an enduring and caring focus on the communities it serves through direct donations and proceeds from the Northwoods League online store. The Northwoods League Foundation is harnessing a unique passion for summer collegiate baseball and softball to invest in communities so everyone benefits from the wide-ranging experience offered by the great games of baseball and softball. Visit northwoodsleague.com/foundation and share your passion for the games we love.
Are you a baseball or softball coach? One way, coach to catcher. Communication is brand new to the game, and the Northwoods League has proudly partnered with the Headset app to be their preferred coach to catcher communication solution. Try it out with your team today using hardware you already own. Download the Headset app from your app store and try it free for 5 days. Got a little bit of clarity on that last play that ended the inning in the top of the 6th, where Kenosha scored its 3rd run. Infield hit for Ryan Bakes. The run scored on the ensuing error, which the throw got behind Beaver. So, ultimately, it goes down as an unearned run and does not affect Wyatt's ERA, which is nice. So, 0-2, count nobody out here in the 6th. Keegan Jerschley looking to put the ball in play for the first time. Good pitch from Newland, but it's just outside. Give credit to the Kenosha pitching staff. Matthew Woodward and Brandon Newland throwing strong innings to help hold some of the bullpen arms from being used today. And there is strikeout number 3 for Newland. Well, a couple runs have come across for Wausau, but how about the Fish? They've got 7 combined strikeouts on the day. Actually, 8 with that last K. Knowlton got through against Newland, hit a leadoff double in the 4th and scored. Let's see what he could do here as that one gets to the backstop. Knowlton, another guy that's been here since day one and has always had the right attitude and approach. Now a combined 1 for 5 against the Kingfish this season. And it's interesting, these two teams faced each other way back at the beginning of the season, but are in much different spots now facing each other at the end of June. Kenosha trying to find that little gear that they need to break out in the Great Lakes East. Wausau, they're going to be looking for more revenge after coming just short of the first half title in the Great Lakes West. Knowlton sends one high in the air. It will hook foul. That's the hardest ball he's hit this season. How about Zach showing some power at the plate? Beginning of the season, it was a lot of base hit singles, even some bunts mixed in between. Starting to find some charge with the wood bat. Nice take, full count. And no matter how he's swinging the bat, Knowlton is always going to have a good plate approach. Newland delivers. Knowlton lines it into center. McCoy takes a couple steps to his right and makes the play. Newland has sat down 8 in a row, and he can get through the entire Wausau order unscathed and perfect if he can get Malone here. That would end the 6th if he could. Malone singled and scored in the 4th, so he has a hit already today against Newland. Malone chops it foul. Now a 1-1 count to Noah. Like we said earlier in the week, his dad was in attendance for that 3-home run performance, and along with his brother Micah, one of the most feel-good stories in the Northwoods League this season. Definitely for Wausau. Line drive caught by Abel at short. Malone found a barrel but couldn't find any grass, and the inning is over. Woodchucks still hold a strong 4-run lead. We head to the 7th at Athletic Park on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Introducing the Cloud AI with Red Alloy Plus, engineered with aerospace-grade alloy for ultimate durability and razor-thin precision. Generative AI technology meticulously fine-tunes every 1/8 inch of the bat, pushing the boundaries of performance. The optimized mid-load swing weight delivers speed and extends the sweet spot, all in a seamless one-piece construction designed for peak power. The RevGrip Premium material offers unmatched tack and cushion. Artificial intelligence, real results.
I'm so glad you and Jack are home. His birthday was supposed to be today, right, Mom?
That's right.
He wanted to meet me 8 weeks early.
He sure gave us a scare, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's so perfect. It's just you and me, Jack. Can I take him to show and tell?
We'll see.
Catch all the action of America's premier summer collegiate softball and baseball leagues at northwoodsleague.com. Purchase tickets to a game near you. Get the latest news and stats on your favorite team or watch live game coverage. While there, check out the selection of Northwoods League headwear, apparel, and more for the sports fan in your life. All proceeds support the Northwoods League Foundation. Visit northwoodsleague.com. Your home for the Northwoods League.
Summer Collegiate Softball is back. After an outstanding inaugural season, Northwoods League Softball returns to the field for its 2nd season this summer. Find out more at northwoodsleague.com and follow us on Instagram and X at NWL Softball. Suites are packed here at Athletic Park today as Dahlberg takes ball 1 low. This has been an absolutely gorgeous Sunday afternoon for some baseball. Dahlberg laces one, diving snag by Keegan Jerschley. He makes the play. The Mosinee native flashing the leather at second base. There's one gone in the 7th. That is not an easy play to make, especially on the turf. That was rocketed straight to Keegan. He dove to his right, saved a base hit. And how much confidence does that give Zach Wyatt as a pitcher? His field's behind him. Now a ground ball to short. Can Guerra make the play? Yes, he can. Nice pick by Beaver at first base. Now Zach Wyatt's really getting into his groove. That's when he gets hitters to make weak contact and relies on his defense to make plays. All the infielders have been strong today. Vocal takes outside. And Wyatt's only thrown 5 pitches in the inning. This could be a quick one for number 4. And with the way he's pitching right now, I'm not sure Wausau will use another arm today, because Wyatt's on full rest. And he's finding his stride against the Kingfish. Three balls, no strike count, 2 outs, base is empty. The right-hander Vocal is 0 for 3. And he reaches base for the first time today. Woodchucks are in the middle of a 6-game homestand that is going to end the first half and begin the second half. That is the second longest homestand of the year. They will have a 7-game homestand midway through the second half, and already that's shaping up to be very important if the Woodchucks want to make the playoffs. Fouled back by the 9-hitter Olivo. By the way, another update for you. Aiden Camberg did leave the game for Kenosha. Hogan Denny has replaced him in right field. He pinch ran for him in that situation. All the best to Aiden. And hopefully we will be able to see him in the Northwoods League again soon. 0-1. And just a bit into Olivo. Got to say, Weatherspoon's calling a great game, too. Always reliable at catcher. He's pretty much caught everybody for Wausau this year. Knows their styles, knows their tendencies. Chopper foul. Wyatt trying to finish off the 7th. With the way the game's being played right now, he would be in line for the win. It'd be his second win with the Woodchucks. He steps off and resets against the Iowa man out of Franklin, Wisconsin. Vocal stays. Broken back, ground ball to second. Jerschley will elect to go to first. And 3 groundouts finishes the 7th for Zach Wyatt. He picks up a piece of the broken bat on his way out as we stretch here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Stay connected and up to date with the free Northwoods League mobile app. Avoid the lines and buy tickets to any Northwoods League games anytime, day or night. Subscribe for free and watch games live from anywhere all season long. Get the latest news and stats on top collegiate players from across the country or personalize it with your favorite team. Either way, we got you covered. The Northwoods League mobile app is free and available on the App Store or Google Play.
I can speak for a lot of people on our team when I say like they've found their love for softball again playing this league.
Ball has some carry. There's that success.
You kind of just get to chill out and like play the game that you once loved when you were young.
Ball sails around the path.
In college, it's a lot of pressure, but like here, everyone's here for the same reason, just to get better and to love the game again.
This has been a feel-good Sunday at Athletic Park. A lot of support for the Woodchucks today as they look to take down Kenosha for the second time this season. They're actually 4 games under 500 all time against Kenosha, but that record has slowly creeped up as Corey Thompson's been the coach. Guerra lines one sharply to first, off the glove of Bakes, but he collects it in time to make the out at first. 1 pitch, 1 out, and as we've hit the back half of this game, we have found a couple of relievers that have found their stuff. Newland for Kenosha, Wyatt for Wausau. You wonder how this game would have been played if these two guys got the start. They have been mowing down hitters. Wausau hasn't had a base runner since the 4th. Slaughterback trying to break that streak right now. 2 walks, a sac fly RBI that gave him his 29th driven in of 2025. Line drive deep left center. McCoy all the way back to the warning track to make the catch. Hit very well there by Slaughterback. Couldn't quite find the gap, and he was close to hitting a home run. Big reason the Woodchucks are in the lead right now is because this guy at the plate, Max Solis. He had a 3-run home run in the first in a frame where Wausau scored 4. They lead by 4. Kenosha scored 2, 1 in the second, 1 in the third to make it a 2-run game. Then the Woodchucks scored 1 in the bottom of the third, 2 in the bottom of the 4th to take control back. Solis, a high fly ball into center. That's going to stay in the ballpark for McCoy. And he's got his second catch of the inning. Brandon Newland, another 1, 2, 3 inning. He's retired 12 straight. We go to the 8th on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You know what, if you're a college player that wants to go ahead and play at the next level, then the Northwoods League is definitely for you. You know, it gives you an opportunity to, 1, be on the road, to understand what it's like to play through the grind, as everybody always talks about through baseball.
If you're trying to go professional, definitely consider the Northwoods League. It's a grind. It's a good grind. You should love the grind if you want to do that for a living as a professional. It's great. Like, I love playing every day.
Upstairs, the throw not going to be made, and that is history. Chandler Simpson, stealing bag number 51, now breaks the single-season stolen base record in the Northwoods League.
More than 350 Northwoods League alumni have been drafted in the last 5 years, and nearly 140 have made their Major League Baseball debut in that time. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
Woodchucks are 6 outs away from breaking their 2-game losing streak. and winning game number 20 of 2025. And Zach Wyatt continues to keep on rolling. This is one of the only guys that's gotten him today in Shupman. He got a base hit up the middle against Wyatt back in the 6th. Zach has only allowed 2 hits, 3 base runners, and 3 innings of work. Shupman sends one foul the other way. I've loved Kyle's approach at the plate in this game for Kenosha. I've loved the contact that he's made. Not afraid to swing and swing hard. And he's not a guy that swings and misses often. He was our player to watch for today's game. And he's shown it with 2 base hits. He belts one high in the air to left. Rodriguez all the way back, and it just stays in the ballpark. Shupman barely misses his first home run of the season. So that's good news for Wyatt. He avoids that hitter. Dom Rodriguez out there making the catch, moving back to left field after adjusting and playing first base for most of the week. Denny Hogan is going to be the hitter now for Kenosha. Remember, he replaced Kenosha's Aiden Camberg after the injury in the 6th. Hogan puts one up the middle, base hit. Hit number 15 for Hogan on the year. He continues to remain red hot, the freshman out of IU. Or Hogan Denny, rather. So Hogan has hit number 15. That is single number 12 for him, and McCoy can try to move him around. Credit Denny for being ready from the jump. After sitting for 6 innings, thinking he was probably going to get an off day after playing both games against Battle Creek, he was ready to work today, and he can fly on the base pads. 8 stolen bases on the year for Hogan, for Denny. 7 in his last 7. He will stay off the plate 2-0 to McCoy, who is 2 for 2. Wyatt's trying to stay in control, not let Kenosha back into this one. Kingfish have threatened here and there today. That one's whizzed foul over the netting and out of play. In between innings, we had a little bit of Bluey trivia. It's Hilarious Healers Day at the ballpark, and I've seen Bluey-themed shirts everywhere today. There was even a girl who came in with like Bluey-themed characters all over a dress. The kids go crazy for that show these days. I was talking to some of my production people earlier today. I just would have wondered if we, as kids, would have felt the same. Ground ball, Wyatt, it's off his glove, and it's going to go down as an infield single. Kind of slipped off of that mound, which has a different surface than everything else in the infield. And McCoy gets a bit lucky. I think Wyatt was thinking, I had a chance to turn 2 there. Now Bakes, a guy who's reached all 4 times. And he'll reach a 5th time with a base hit to left. Denny is held at third. Bases loaded for the Fish. They're going to bring the tying run to the plate here in the 8th. It has been move the line offense from Kenosha today. They've only got a couple of extra base hits, but they find the hits when they count. Thompson, the Wausau manager, on his way out to speak with Wyatt. Well, the Woodchucks have felt a lot of comfort in today's game. One swing could change all of that. Denny ripped one up the middle to start the one-out rally, then an infield single by McCoy on an awkward play where it bounced off the glove of the pitcher Wyatt. Ryan Bakes with a base hit into left just moments ago. And now Abel, again, a guy who's got a lot of RBIs this year for Kenosha. But he's been quiet today, 0 for 4. Lined out with the bases loaded in the fourth. What does he do with the bases loaded here? He fouls one off. Also grounded into a fielder's choice with 2 runners on. Not often as a hitter do you get opportunities with runners on base 2, 3, 4 times in a game. Abel grounds one left side for a base hit. 1 run scores. The stop sign will be given to McCoy at third, and Kenosha's right back in this thing. It's just a 3-run game. They've got the tying run aboard. 4 consecutive singles for Kenosha, and that'll be it for Zach Wyatt. The top of Kenosha's order gets Wyatt into a little bit of trouble, and now Tucker Russell is going to come to the mound for the Woodchucks, and this will be the biggest pressure situation that he's pitched in all season. Nice ovation for Wyatt as he exits. He is still in line for the win. And we saw the stuff from him today that he needs more of as the season continues to go along. He's starting to figure things out. Now a guy in Tucker Russell who has earned his way into this spot. Corey Thompson didn't put him in a lot of pressure situations early in the season, but he's got a 4.70 ERA on the year, struck out 10 in 7 2/3 innings of work. He had 5 strikeouts earlier in the year, and he lost to Lakeshore. Did pitch against Madison earlier in the year as well. And he pitched the 9th against Lakeshore back on Tuesday. Retired the batters in order. And I don't want to guess too early, but this could be 5-out save room for Tucker Russell. 2 years at Highland Community College, 26 total appearances there. Did actually make a good chunk of starts there. 57 2/3 innings of work in total. He's been strictly a 2-inning, 1-inning guy here in Wausau, though. Did not play this past year at Wichita State. Fastball runs nicely, also can mix the change and slider in there. As Russell warms up, a good opportunity to take a look at the Northwoods League in general. Take a look at some scores, but only one game is playing right now in the league. In the first half, 2 teams have already solidified their places in the playoffs. St. Cloud running away with the Great Plains East Division, rather the West. They are 23-8 and have the best record in the Northwoods League. Green Bay clinched the Great Lakes West. They are also in the playoffs. They won last night against Wausau. Madison lost at Lakeshore. The Chinooks breaking a 5-game losing streak to beat the Mallards and give the Rockers a clinch. In the Great Plains East, La Crosse is in front and in pole position to win that division, but Thunder Bay and Waterloo still have a chance. I believe Thunder Bay is a 1.5 games back, and Waterloo is 2 games behind the Loggers. And like we said in the Great Plains East, Battle Creek, Traverse City, one of those 2 will win the first half in that division. So now Dahlberg. You cannot make a mistake against this guy. He will take you deep. An incredible year in Division II where he hit 16 home runs. Fastball high, 2-0. Wausau will get another arm working just in case, but This is really Tucker Russell's to get. And boy, what a hold and maybe a save would do for this Woodchucks pitching staff, who felt hard done in the 2 games on Friday, Saturday against Green Bay. 3-0 to Dahlberg. After the great seasons at UIS, Ivan Dahlberg is committed to play at Northern Illinois. He's a Minooka native, so he'll move closer to home. Russell's 3-0, and he walked him. It's just a 2-run game now. Dahlberg picks up his first RBI of the game. The tying run moves to scoring position. The go-ahead run moves in, or rather, the tying run moves into scoring position. And the go-ahead run is on base for J.J. Dutton, who started this game strong with a single and a double, but a strikeout and a groundout in his last 2 at-bats. That arm working a little bit quicker now in Wausau's bullpen. That is Everett Swaim tossing. Double play ball would be perfect in this spot. Oh, 2-0. Well, the good news for Wausau here is less damage done in a situation like this than if they were still fighting for the first half title, but you still want to win this game. There's a strike, 2-1. Kenosha's already done it late against Wausau already this season with a walk-off win back in May. They're looking to come back from down 5. Strike 2 to Dutton. Russell finding his footing. Can he get a strikeout? The 2-2. Ground ball to third. Schlatter back to second. Hold on. Umpire stop play. It was a foul ball somehow. It must have tipped off the foot of Dutton at the plate. And that actually gets Dutton out of what could have been a disappointing double play ball. So we'll do it again. One swing could give Kenosha the lead or tie this game. Russell fires. Just high, full count. A brilliant slider that just, and I mean just, missed the zone. You don't want to surrender back-to-back bases-loaded walks. And that is what Kenosha gets. 7-6, our score. Thompson back on his way to the mound. Bake scores 6 Kingfish have reached in a row. And how about Kenosha going back to what they do best, which is finding ways to get on base through walks. And with the bases loaded in today's game, Kenosha's made contact but gotten themselves in bad situations that way. And so a new pitcher on the way to the mound for the Woodchucks. It will be Everett Swaim.
Your attention please, now pitching for the Woodchucks, number 26, Everett Swaim.
The good news is Wausau had a big enough advantage here today that if it wasn't working for one pitcher, you could adjust and try for another pitcher to make the change. Wausau was coasting, but Kenosha never quit. And now you talk about the big innings from Woodward and Newland from the Fish and their pitching staff. That has made a massive difference, and it's held this game tight to now where Kenosha can smell a comeback. Now let's look at our scoreboard in the Northwoods League as Wausau's second relief pitcher warms up in this inning. Kalamazoo leads Lakeshore on the road, bottom ninth, 7-6. Not a lot riding on that game, but the Northwoods League defending champions are trying to pick up a nice win in Mequon. We're delayed between Eau Claire and Duluth over in Minnesota. There are some pop-up storms around the area today. Wausau has avoided them. That's the good news. Green Bay will get to celebrate their clinch of the first half Great Lakes West title when they travel to Fond du Lac today. No pressure on the Rockers, but they are looking for an 8th straight win. Here's a big game, probably the biggest game in the Northwoods League tonight. It comes in Traverse City, Michigan. The Battle Creek Battlejacks and the Traverse City Pit Spitters begin a 2-game series. If Battle Creek wins tonight, they're headed to the playoffs, and they would win the first half in the Great Lakes East. Traverse City has to win both against Battle Creek if they want to win that division in the first half. Madison and Wisconsin Rapids was scheduled to be played today. The Mallards at Wisconsin Rapids, but due to that weather that we've seen down south, that game is rescheduled to tomorrow. They will play a doubleheader. Jacob Volkel with an opportunity and a big one here for Kenosha. Can Swaim get the Chucks out of the jam? Strike one. Good start. Good on Corey Thompson and his pitching staff for getting another arm ready just in case something like this happened, and it did. Foul tip, 0-2. Crowd likes it, so does Swaim on the mound. Another guy who hasn't seen a pressure situation like this season. Been a while since he's pitched as well. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive caught by Beaver. Double play at first base. How about that? Cale Beaver ends the inning. Kenosha leaves the tying run at third, and we go to the bottom half on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
You have to be dedicated to playing in Northwoods League. You know, they play the games and it's serious. You know, I mean, you're looking at maybe an opportunity to be a professional athlete in baseball.
The league provides a superior player experience with unparalleled technology in support of player development and visibility. TrackMan and Synergy data reporting is available to all players of Major League Baseball teams. The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
The Mint Cafe is Woody's favorite spot. They have the best food in town, like their scrumptious pies, delicious burgers, and sandwiches, plus Woody's go-to milkshake. The Mint Cafe, good food, good friends. Located at 422 North 3rd Street, Wausau.
Whoa.
Can you feel it?
Huh? Feel what?
The power.
I think so.
Hey, who are you talking to?
No one.
Bet you can't hit that building over there in right field.
What? That's like 500 feet.
Electrify your swing.
Okay.
The #1 two-piece composite in the marketplace. Electrify your swing. Icon, the electric unicorn by Rawlings.
The Northwoods League is proud to partner with the authentic Stadium Mustard this season. For over 50 years, Stadium Mustard has been offered at stadiums, ballparks, and arenas coast to coast. And the Wausau Woodchucks are proud to be serving Stadium Mustard here at Athletic Park. Loved by millions, Stadium Mustard. Baseball pays you back. That's exactly what happened to the Woodchucks in the top of the 8th. An inning-ending double play turned by Cale Beaver alone to keep Wausau's lead, which they've had the entire game. If you joined us yesterday, the Woodchucks grounded into some unfortunate double plays as they were chasing that game against Green Bay. And now all of a sudden it's a tight one and it's insurance run time. This could be the 4th one-run game of the last 5 that Wausau has played. Foul tip by Rodriguez. Let me correct myself, actually. This would be the 4th consecutive one-run game that Wausau's played in. And before this, they had only played in 6 one-run games in the entirety of the first half. Ground ball left side. This is going to be a long throw by Olivo, but he throws it to perfection to get Rodriguez. We've talked about Olivo's third base play earlier today. It is so hard to maintain the hot corner like that, especially on a long throw like that. But factor in that Olivo is also a pitcher. That makes it all the more impressive. If Wausau comes out with the win today, they ought to be thanking this guy at the plate for the double play he just turned. Things were getting a little nerve-wracking there in the 8th. Cale Beaver calmed everybody down by making a catch on a line drive and stepping on the bag for a double play. Strike one. Newland is still out there for Kenosha. Entered this game way back in the 4th after the first 2 Kenosha pitchers hit 35 pitch count limits, and he has been almost flawless. Beaver fights one ball foul. He gave up a leadoff double and then a single after that in the 4th. Since then, 13 consecutive hitters retired by Brandon Newland. Beaver drills one down the line. That's going over, actually hitting the fence, rather. Foul ball. The only way to top off that double play that he just turned is if he can put a charge into one. Newman delivers. Chopper foul by Beaver. Who picks that up in the Woodchucks dugout? Nobody. Couple guys got their arms out there, and then there's our social media intern, Chloe French, who picks that up and tosses it over. Chloe's done a great job this year. You ought to follow the Woodchucks on Instagram, X, Facebook. They do it all. Now a fly ball the other way. Down the right field line, Denny makes the catch on the run. Playing out of position today after replacing Camberg in right. That will be recorded as a foul out. It drifted just over the right side of the right field line. So if the Woodchucks want an insurance run, they need to get a 2-out rally going. But the story in these last couple of innings has been Brandon Newland finding himself again. And I would say that if Kenosha gets him for the second half, this performance should give you everything you need for a long relief pitcher. Kingfish do have an arm working just in case things get interesting today. 2 balls, no strikes to Weatherspoon. Newland trying to retire the final 15 hitters he faces. Weatherspoon, a high fly ball to center. McCoy all the way back. He makes the catch. How about Brandon Newland out of the Kenosha bullpen? Wausau will try to wrap this thing up. They got a 1-run lead here on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
I've devoted my career as a surgeon to one thing: curing cancer. At City of Hope, more than 1,600 cancer specialists are working towards breakthrough discoveries, impacting over 100 million lives every year, personalizing treatments right down to your DNA. And though I'm proud to be part of a team that's revolutionizing cancer care here in northeastern Illinois, what I'm most proud of is giving you hope.
Ron and the Honeybees have walked it off in 8.
A diving catch, my goodness!
We would never hit 12 drunk. Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Yeah, that 2014 summer was really formative. It taught me how to ride the bus. It taught me like what the minor leagues was going to be like because there's a ton of hours. And I think I found my true identity as a ball player in Madison.
The Northwoods League is the ultimate collegiate summer baseball experience.
Ethan Jezierski warming up in the bullpen right now for the Woodchucks. But for now, this is Everett Swaim's to finish. Trying to finish with a 5-out save. It would be the first in his Northwoods League season. 9-1-2 for Kenosha. And it really starts with if Olivo can get on base here for the Fish. Because you've got guys in Shupman and Denny that can really put runners on base with hits. Line drive to third, and Schlotterback makes the catch for the first out. So Swaim has gotten 2 pieces of contact, 2 line drives to corner infielders to record 3 outs so far. And now is when it gets tough. Kenosha trying for some late magic again. A lot of it has been at home this year. They're looking to make a 5-run comeback on the road this Sunday. Shupman grounds one foul. These two teams will play here tomorrow to finish out the first half. 12:35 first pitch. It's the early game on the Monday, June the 30th, and it's right here on the Northwoods League Sports Network. 1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Woodchucks trying to avoid a 3rd straight defeat. They have not lost 3 in a row all season. That is a good place to be. Did Shupman go around? He did. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everett Swaim loves that high and tight fastball. He's gotten guys to swing and miss on that a lot this season. A pitcher in Swaim that has slowly gotten better as this season has gone along. Shupman drills one to right center. Knowlton chasing it back. It's going to bounce off the track. A 1-out double for Shupman puts the tying run in scoring position for Kenosha. Second extra base hit for our player to watch today, and boy, did he pick a good time to get it. A rocket into the right center gap on a 2-strike pitch. And now, Swaim's got some danger with Kenosha's best hitter coming to the plate in Kogan Denny. A guy who wasn't even supposed to play today. pinch hit single and scored in the 8th. Swain with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. No balls, 1 strike. Kenosha also trying to break a 2-game losing skid and trying to prove that they can win games like this, and would be huge momentum for them going into the second half of the season. They were once down 5. Shupman waits. Hogan, line drive, right field, base hit. Shupman's going to be sent. The throw from Malone. The tag. He's safe. Tie game at Athletic Park as Kyle Shupman barely beats the tag. Kenosha's come all the way back. As close of a play as you can get. Hogan Denny comes through. And now the go-ahead run is on base for the Fish. Out of nowhere, Kenosha has a chance for a win here. Fouled away by James. It has been such an up and down week for the Wausau Woodchucks. And this is another heart-stopping game. And this game doesn't have any weight on the first half. Good pitch from Swaim. 0-2, now you got to focus. And for Kenosha, I guess you're going to a new pitcher here. They've got a guy warming in the pen, even though Newland has been almost flawless in his 5 innings of work. Outside. You've got to be careful here with Denny. Remember, we said he's got 8 stolen bases on the season, so be prepared for him to try to run. He's running. Pitch outside. Throw from Weatherspoon. Denny safe. Kenosha edges closer to taking the lead. I think they knew that Denny was going to try to move on that pitch. And so Swaim intentionally threw a fastball way outside. Weatherspoon tried to catch him, but not in time. Swing and a miss. McCoy goes down, and there's 2 gone in the 9th. All that Swaim can focus on now is keeping this game tied and giving his offense a chance to win it in the 9th. Ryan Bakes. Woodchucks haven't put him out yet. He's had a great day. Sophomore out of Illinois State. And that hit him. Hit by pitch will send Bakes to first. Denny's going to stay at second. And now Abel steps forward. What a great day for Ryan Bakes at the plate. He's been given 4 free passes. He's got an infield single in the 6th and a base hit in the 8th. He has reached all 6 times. That is all you can ask for your cleanup man. 100% on-base percentage for the day. Abel fans through 1, 0-1. Now the pressure comes back to him just like it did in the 8th. Had an RBI single to the left side to help Kenosha start this comeback charge. Runners are moving, both on a double steal. Actually, just one moves. That's Denny. He's up to third base with his second stolen bag. Calculated move there by Aiden Wershing and co. A base hit would give Kenosha the lead. Ground ball to the right side. Base hit. Kingfish in front. Kenosha has come all the way back, and Abel gives them a lead on an RBI in the ninth. 8-7. The Fish came into this inning down a run. They will come out of it with a lead and the chance to shock the Woodchucks and win a second one-run game against them. But with Dahlberg coming to the plate, he could seal some insurance runs. Fouled at the plate. What a massive turn of events in Kenosha's favor. And now they're going to make the Woodchucks work. Wausau has to score in the ninth. Deja vu. If the score holds here, it would be Wausau's third consecutive one-run loss. But they'll still have a chance in the bottom half. Way outside. And by the way, the stolen base from Denny there was the big factor in Kenosha being able to score on that base hit. Abel's got 24 RBIs now on the season, by the way. 2-1. The crowd is getting into it. We got some fans standing, almost student section style, down the third base line. That's the horseshoe camp that we talked about earlier today. That's a strike. 2-2. Eight, 9-1 due up for Wausau. In the bottom of the ninth, they're going to have another chance to tie or maybe win it. The 2-2 from Swaim. Just a little high. The count is full. The runners get to move. J.J. Dutton is on deck. He's already got 2 RBIs today. This could get into some real trouble if he doesn't get Dahlberg here. Outside. Bases loaded for Kenosha. A massive 2-out rally from the Kingfish. And now they've got some massive insurance runs up. Corey Thompson on his way to the mound. And that will be the end of Everett Swaim's day. Wausau will turn to a 5th pitcher. Game is turned on its head. And credit Kenosha for not giving up for the slightest second. So Jezierski trots in, and all you're asking for him is to get this guy right here in J.J. Dutton. You got to get him. No other way to put him. A 2-run lead, and that is tough going for Kenosha, or for Wausau in this game. Had 1 out, bases empty, but the top of the Kenosha order has been electric all day. The first 5 hitters in Kenosha's order have a combined 11 of the 14 Kingfish hits. This is the first time Jezierski has pitched at home this season. When I say that this kid is the quietest guy you're ever going to meet, I'm not kidding. Strong throwing right-hander, had a little bit of trouble early in this season. Zach Halp, the pitching coach, told me the first start didn't quite go the way he was looking for, so he moved Jezierski to the bullpen. Pitched really well a week and some change ago against Lakeshore. Came in and pitched, I think, 4 innings. Actually, it was 5 and 2/3 against Lakeshore. Some of the best relief appearance work of any pitcher for the Woodchucks this season. Started his career at Angelina Community College. 124 innings of work there, so plenty of experience for Jezierski. 30 total appearances, 7 starts. He's got a 7.59 ERA in the Northwoods League this year. And he's a big Houston sports fan. He's out of Brenham, Texas. And I might have just mentioned this, but he is committed to UT Tyler. That's the same school as Wausau Woodchucks Sam Nitsky is committed to. So just to go back and tell you how we've gotten here, Wausau scored 4 runs in the first, a 3-run home run from Max Solis being the biggest part of that. The Woodchucks looked in good shape. Kenosha scored a run in the second, a run in the third, but then Wausau responded with a run of their own in the third and 2 in the fourth to take a 7-2 lead. Kenosha has scored the last 6 runs, 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, using good plate discipline with clutch swings. And now, it's all to lose for them. Dutton takes strike 1. Depending on how this game finishes, this at-bat is super important. And Dutton leaves one off the plate. Kenosha finally doing what they had struggled with in the first half. They struggled with not getting hits with runners in scoring position. But they did it in the 8th and the 9th. Swing and a miss. Jezierski fooled them there, 1-2. Regardless, though, they've still left the bases loaded twice today. They do not want to leave them loaded a 3rd time. Can the Kingfish come through with another big 2-strike, 2-out hit and get some cushion? Swing and a miss. Woodchucks needed that. Good on Jezierski for coming out of the pen and doing his job. Wausau needs 1 to tie as we head to the bottom of the 9th on the Northwoods League Sports Network.
Miss out on any of the great food at Athletic Park. For tickets, call 715-845-5055.
My host families, who I still stay in touch with to this day, had a great time there. Enjoyed my time playing with the Mashers. Definitely different than I could have ever expected, but definitely enjoyed the time here.
Honestly, one of the best summers I've ever had. I got to stay with a great host family that I still see a couple times a year now, and honestly, it was the perfect introduction into professional baseball.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, good to have you back on your game.
Yeah, well, you know, I only got cancer so that you could tell people that, you know, you shaved your head for solidarity and not because you're going bald.
Right. And I got a minivan to make your little moped look cool.
Okay. Well, couldn't have gotten through without you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you're sticking around.
Oh, that means so much coming from Mom and Dad's second favorite.
Whatever.
A massive crowd in Wausau today. Would love to see a Wausau Woodchucks walk-off winner, but they trail by 1 going into the bottom of the 9th. Kenosha scoring 6 unanswered runs, and a chance for the Kingfish to pick up one of their biggest road wins of the season. Keegan Jerschley bats first. Dominic Guzman, the new pitcher. And there's a strike. Jerschley 0 for 3 today. The Woodchucks could use something from him here, but that's a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Guzman out of Gardner-Webb. Went to Crystal Lake South High School and is committed to play at St. Ambrose next season with the Fighting Bees. 0-2 off the plate. This will be a great opportunity for Jerschley to find that big swing that we've seen in batting practice over the last couple of weeks. Try to work this count in his favor. Fastball just outside. Well, those are the 50-50 calls that favored Kenosha in the top of the 9th. And now Wausau gets to enjoy a little bit of that. Guzman looking for his second save of 2025. Nice foul off by Jerschley. It remains at 2-2. It's the 3rd consecutive game where the Woodchucks have come into the bottom of the 9th at home, trailing by 1 and needing a tie to keep the game alive or walking it off. The fastball at 92 is high, full count. The first time they faced a 1-run deficit in the 9th on Friday, they loaded the bases, could not get the tying run across. Yesterday they were down by 1, went down in order in the 9th, the Woodchucks did. Nice work from Jerschley. He was down 0-2 in the count, but he takes ball 4. That's the first Woodchuck to reach since the 4th inning, and he represents the tying run.
The center fielder, number 13, Zach Knowlton.
Guzman came in a tie game in the 9th against Fond du Lac earlier this year and surrendered the go-ahead run to the Dock Spiders. That was back a couple weeks ago. That was when Kenosha was at home. Bunt attempt by Knowlton, and it's fouled off. He tried to pull that back at the last second, but it made contact with his bat. Woodchucks have felt some pain in 1-run games in recent memory. How about they go on and win one? Try for some come-from-behind magic themselves. Jerschley back to first. Kenosha thought he might have been out there. Got back just in the nick of time. Jerschley not a great base runner. He has stolen 12 bases on the year, though. For most teams, that's actually pretty high. For Wausau, that's, I don't even think, in the top 5. Now Guzman deals, and it's strike 2 to Zach Knowlton. This guy has been clutch in situations like this in the past. Took a big walk in the top of the 9th against Lakeshore. Earlier this week against Madison, he had a 2-run double in the 10th with 2 strikes. And he leaves a dangerous pitch outside 1-2. Will Guzman go back to checking on Jerschley? No, he won't. And Knowlton swings and misses. Big first out for the Kingfish in the 9th. Back to the top of the order for the Wausau Woodchucks. Noah Malone. You know that he could put a charge into the baseball. He's hit so well at home this season. 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored today. A line out and a strikeout. Another check on first. But that is good on Guzman for checking back at first and making sure he's in control of the situation. If anything, you'd love this game to get to Solis, but he is currently in the hole. Can your top of the order do this for Wausau? And there's also a little bit of confidence mixed into this as well. The fact is that Wausau doesn't want to get into this trend where they don't feel like they're capable of winning these tight games. They are more than capable of doing it, and they've done it on multiple occasions this season. Nice take from Malone. He's ahead 3-0. And for the first time now in this ninth inning, you feel like Wausau is putting something together. Lined out in a critical spot 2 days ago in the loss to Green Bay. Strike one. This is a hitter's count now. Malone leads the team in extra base hits. Maybe try to find a gap. Maybe try to take a walk. These are the situations that can make you great as a hitter. Base hit left field for Malone. Jerschley will hold at second. They move the line, and Noah has his second hit of the game. Staying calm, staying relaxed, and now it turns to Guerra. Well, can the Wausau Woodchucks send the Horseshoe Campers home happy? They were standing earlier as if it was a student section atmosphere. There's still some of them standing over there. And this save just got a whole lot tougher for Dominic Guzman. Guzman's a guy who needs strikeouts. Coming into today, he struck out more than 30% of the batters that he faced. He already struck out Knowlton for the first out. Can Guerra turn his bad luck around against Kenosha? We talked about it earlier. He struggled against the Kingfish in his career. Strike one. That pitch moved from right to left. Dahlberg may not have made the best catch on it, but it caught the zone. Does Wausau push the envelope and maybe try for a double steal? That's not out of the question. They stay. Swing and a miss. Beautiful breaking ball. 0-2. The tying run in scoring position. The winning run at first. Guerra puts it up the middle, base hit. Schultz is giving the wave to Jerschley. The throw to the plate is safe. Now a throw to second base, and safe there is Guerra on the throw. Ethan comes through with a massive base hit. We're even at 8. The winning run at third base. Grandpa Mike Jerschley would be proud of Keegan after he went around third base on this bang-bang play to score the tying run. Jake Schultz had a decision to make, and he sent Jerschley. It was the right call. Schlotterback can walk it off for the Woodchucks. The infield comes in. Can they turn their fortunes around in these tight games? Ball one. A base is open here for Wausau, but then you face Solis, and I don't know if you want to do that. This could be a huge momentum boost heading into the second half. Schlotterbeck leaves at 2-0. Looking for a fun end to this Sunday afternoon in Wausau. That gets behind Dahlberg, but Malone stays. He's gone home on some of those pass balls in the past. Almost did it again. So now a 3-0 count. Guzman's got behind another hitter. Woodchucks have walked it off here once at Athletic Park. Ball four. Dylan Schlotterbeck on base. They're loaded for Solis. So that gives you the double play ball. And now Kenosha's pitching coach will come out. Look at the student section, quote unquote, down the third base line. How much of an impact have they made down the stretch? This is one of the coolest things we've seen at Athletic Park. On a Sunday game that does not affect the Woodchucks in the first half, but like we said, a win here would do so much to build Wausau's confidence as they get set in the second half.
Now batting the executive cleanup batter of the game, designated hitter number 38, Max Solis.
Solis, a home run, 2 strikeouts. You can't afford a strikeout here. A fly ball gets it done too. Remember, there's just 1 out in the 9th. 8-8 the score. Here comes Guzman. Ball outside. Solis has great plate discipline as well. Don't forget about that. 57 walks in his Woodchucks career, and he'd be happy to take one and send everybody home. Almost got past Dahlberg, 2-0. A crazy back-and-forth game where Kenosha came from 5 down to take the lead, but Wausau might just be able to pull it out in the end. Solis fouls it off. Good pitch for Guzman to throw right there. Max Solis has been the biggest piece of this late stretch in the first half for Wausau. Best possible hitter to have in this scenario. Off of Dahlberg, Malone's gonna try to score. Here's the play. He's out. He's out at the plate. Unbelievable. Ivan Dahlberg comes back to get Malone at home. Everybody moves up. But what a huge out for the Kingfish to get. Wow. Malone tried to score the winning run on a passed ball, but he could not. And now it's really up to Solis. He's got a hitter's count. Solis pops it up. That goes out of play. The count's going to go full. That is a get-out-of-jail-free card for Kenosha. Such a bang-bang play. And the bang-bang plays have helped Kenosha in this game. There was one play where the Woodchucks almost had a runaround at home, but Kyle Shupman avoided a tag. Now it's up to Solis. This would be incredible if Guzman got out of this and sent it to extras. But he doesn't there. Solis takes a walk. Third walk of the inning for the Woodchucks. And now Dom Rodriguez can be the hero. We just continue to get close game after close game. Those guys are ready to explode out there. They've been treated to a great one today, too. Rodriguez 0 for 3, hit by a pitch. Ground ball left side, gonna be a tough play. Olivo can't make the play. Woodchucks win it. Dom Rodriguez walks off this game with an infield RBI single. Wausau 9, Kenosha 8, the final. He gets the Gatorade shower, Dom Rodriguez, as Wausau wins game number 20 of the 2025 season. Boy, what a heart stopper. The Woodchucks break their 2-game losing streak as Dom Rodriguez comes through with 2 outs in the 9th. Let's look at the play one more time. A nice little tapper to the left side, and Olivo, it bounced off his glove. How unlucky. And the fans in the third base line loved it. That'll do it for today on this Sunday afternoon. The Woodchucks win it, 9-8. There's your hero. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. for Game 2 of this 2-game set. For our entire production crew, including our producer, Mariah Cox, my name is Matt Clark. Thanks so much for joining us here for this presentation of the Northwoods League Sports Network.